Hi, I'm going to demo for everybody today um, the custom roles functionality in DigitalOcean. So I'm going to take you first to the settings tab where you're going to see the team. Underneath the team, you see I have these different test team members that have different roles assigned. Some of them are normal roles like owner, modifier, member. Some of them are the new custom roles that I've created for these different users. I'm going to demonstrate how to create a custom role, some functionality around that, as well as what it looks like as a user logging in. So first I want to click on the Role Access tab, and I'm going to click Create Custom Role. Down here I'm going to be naming this Test Out Droplets. And then under here I'm going to say Create and Update and Read Droplets for my users. It could say anything that you would like that would help our users to know how to assign this. Maybe this is particularly for your droplet admins or whatnot. Under here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to search DR. Using the type ahead search, it comes up with droplets, and you'll see I'll have the create, read, and update. And I decided not in this case to add delete permissions. This isn't necessarily an owner of my team that I want to give this role to. You'll see over here on the shopping cart checkout that things can be organized by the create, read, update, and delete permission had I selected that, or by resource types. So the customer can switch back and forth between the resource type and the permission. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close that out there, and I'm going to just scroll down and say, is there anything else that I would like to add to this? Nothing that I can see right off the bat, so I'm going to click the continue button. And as a user, I have this pop-up that says that there's a required permission that is required in order to make the current selections functional. So under here, you'll see that SSH keys read are required by the permission droplet create, because droplet create won't work unless you have read SSH keys, which gives you the ability to view those SSH keys. So I can either cancel and remove the droplet create permission, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add that permission and continue. And you'll see I'm adding another step to the creation of the role, which is the related permissions. Under here, you'll see that I also have the ability to add these related permissions. Oh, okay. So tags create might be a good thing to add. So I'm going to go ahead and click on tags create. And maybe I also want to give this user the ability to create their own SSH keys. So I'm going to click that as well. And you can see that those are related to the droplet create permission as well. So under here, you'll notice that when organized by resource types, droplets, SSH keys, and tags show up with the different permission sets. I can toggle back to permissions and just see it from a different angle. All of the CRUD related resources fall under each one of the CRUD permissions. I'm going to click continue. And I can assign this role to a user. So in this particular use case, I'm going to assign it to my Molly Hickey role. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to assign that one team member. And you can see that it was successfully created according to the toast notification that pops up. We're going to go back to the team and we can just go over here and verify. Test out droplets. Yes, it's related to the Molly Hickey right here as we initially figured it would. I'm going to click back over to the Role Access tab. For this next part of the demonstration, I'm just going to show you really quickly how the Zach role has been applied to one of my users, to my Molly H2033@gmail.com user, because I'm logged in as them. And if I click the plus sign here, you can notice that I have the permissions that are assigned to each of the resources. So for example, I've given the droplets read permission. And then I also have the manage databases and view credentials permission assigned to this user, as well as the projects read. So I'm expecting that when I go in as that user, I'm going to be able to see all of those permissions reflected in the portal for them. These permissions also apply to the user's custom scope tokens. So that's why we have these also organized by API namespace. And that's something to consider when people are setting up custom roles, that this is the way that they'll also be able to create their custom scope tokens within a certain permission set. So now I'm going to take us over to my next screen, which is going to demonstrate what it's like to be logged in as my other user. I'm going to go ahead and share this other window, and you can see up here, I'm logged in as the mollyh2033@gmail.com user with the Zach role applied. Under here, you'll see I'm on my first project page, but if I click down on Manage, I have a limited number of options that I can select from in the left-hand navigation. So I have droplets, GPU droplets, databases, and networking. If I click into the databases screen, you can see that I have access to these different databases, and I can drill down into the database. And then I'm going to take you over to the droplet screen. And you'll notice here that in the droplet screen, I have access to this one droplet. I'm going to click into it, and you can see that I'm viewing the droplet. I have the ability to view the history, but I cannot do any actions on the droplet in accordance with the permission set of the role. Now that I'm done demonstrating that, I'm just going to hop right back over, and we're going to take a quick look at my user, my admin user, one more time, and I'm just going to demonstrate one of my favorite features here. So for example, I have this copy of Molly test role, and it's got 27 permissions. In the instance where maybe I decided that I wanted to add additional permissions, but I don't want to recreate it with 27 different permissions, but I do want to add 2 more, not to this role, but to a copy of this role, I do have the ability to clone the role selections. I can go in and say, Molly test again, and that's my copy of copy. And then I can go down here and I can say, yes, I also wanted to add by DigitalOcean and all of the billing permissions. I'm going to select continue. And continue. I'm going to skip and save the custom role since it's not assigned to anyone. And it's been successfully cloned out of the permission set with the 27 permissions. I've added 3 more permissions for a total of 30. So I really like that functionality because it limits the number of clicks that a user can make. These roles can be assigned to any user in any step within the user creation or user update process. So it works just like any of the other predefined roles that are included already in the platform. And it's been a lot of work, and the team has done such a great job. And I'm so excited to see all of their hard work come to fruition. So I want to thank everybody on the IAM team and all the folks that have worked so hard to make this possible. Thanks so much.